Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Sonia Marie, if you do not know. And I head up a company called Wordlife Astrology. That's Wordlife Astrology. You can find out a whole lot more about me by going to my website. The information is in the description box below this video. I do personal readings. I do couples readings. I also write for Essence Magazine. That's been an awesome gig. So please check out my column whenever you get a chance. I'd really appreciate that. This is absolutely streaming live. So I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come on in before I go on into that thing. But I will encourage you to check out the description box, check out my website, check out the book that I have. I appreciate it, called The Signs, an Astrological Memoir. It's a beautiful, beautiful rendition of the way I see the 12 signs of the zodiac. But then I try to find a way to basically implement examples through the stories of my life. So prayerfully, you can go on and cop that thing. It's very, very inexpensive at $20 right now. And to be truthful with you, it's one of the very handful of astrology books that are written by Black women. There may be some other books that I don't know about, and please list it in the comment section if you will. I do know there's a wonderful woman named I forget her name, just slipped my brain, but she writes about love, zodiacs and astrology. So I really appreciate that, sister. But in any case, the bottom line is this: there's only a few of us, so employ us and allow us to do our jobs the way we do from our perspective. It's necessary and it's needed. Go on and get that thing, The Signs, an Astrological Memoir. So I can't see any of the people that are coming in here, so I'm just going to keep on going. I know that I'm here. If y'all are here, please say hello in the chats. So I know that everybody is here. Or I should say, so I know that I can read your comments. If you have some comments that are coming through. This is really weird. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, people. What's up? Carmesita is here. Nicole. Hi, sweetie pie. True Empress Wright is here. Nappy Conversation. Desiree. Mia. I must have... something was going wrong with this thing because I saw nobody until just now. So I'm glad that y'all are here. What's up, Trina? Kimberly Hudson is here, and Mary is here. Jay Walker is here. What's happening? April Intention up at 11 with Keena. What's happening? Hi, Kay. How are you? Oh, Alicia Curl. Oh, it's a whole bunch of people in here. You know, I always feel like romper room calling everybody out, but it's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that you have shown up. Thank you for making me a part of your Monday. I really appreciate it more than you know. Please like, comment, and share this video as often as possible. So again, like I was saying at the top of this broadcast, there is different perspectives in the world in regard to astrology and in the way that we look at things. So let's not waste a moment and get to what it is that we came here to talk about. Now, I'm going to prep y'all and say that I might cry. I might cry. This is one of them kind of, I ain't gonna lie. And it's not just me putting my emotions out there and being all dramatic, although I do have a lot of Leo planets. And being dramatic is one of my specialties. However, there's a heightened sense of water. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. If you are, yes, y'all. Give me 3 Y's. Say yup. Or say hell no, Sonia. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel good. But there's some water that's coming through, and I'll explain why, igniting these feelings to come out in almost like in a really explosive kind of geisha-like kind of way. Anybody else feeling that? And I'm going to tell you why that situation is astrologically speaking today. I'm also going to open up for any downloads that Spirit would like for me to assist all those that are listening. Y'all understand? Yes. Oh, y'all understand. Oh, April, we've been crying all weekend. It's about floating. That's right, Mia. It is about floating. I'm so glad that y'all agree with me. See, it's one of the reasons why I come up on here. I'm so glad. That's why I be coming up in here. Please, nobody take offense to that, but you know, our people do talk like that. That's why I be coming up and be doing this in the likes of, only because if I show myself, possibly you can see yourself. So I don't feel so crazy. So yeah, we've been in that position, but I'm here to tell you that you're not crazy. I'm here to tell you that there's reasons beyond our understanding in our universe that prompts that emotional gush to come through. Yeah, it's not sad, April, right? It's just a release that needs to come on. And oftentimes we negate and misunderstand the power of water in that way. So I'm going to do my best to talk about that again and connect with the downloads that are coming through. And then also for about 2 people, probably like we've been doing for the last couple of months, prep me with your sun, your moon, and your rising. And I'll give you a quick little read as far as the way I see it. All right. So first and foremost, my selenite is right here. Don't worry about that, Miss Pebbles Love. I got it in my hand always. So here's the deal. One of the real reasons because of that is you do know that the moon changes its vibrations, changes its emotional connection. Let me run this down like this. Changes its emotional flavor connection every 2.5 or 3 days or so. I want y'all to know that. Number 2, I want y'all to give Cancer people and people who have Cancer rising and Cancer moon a break. Because imagine if the moon itself, the transiting moon, is changing signs, energy, vibration every 2.5 days. And then the moon itself is the ruler of Cancer. Did y'all hear that? So there's some people who might give that Cancer energy a huge shit talk in regards to judgments and criticisms about Cancer energy being moody. There's a reason. The goddamn moon changes 2.5 days, every 2.5 days of vibration. It could be in Pisces, in which it is until Thursday, right? And then it changes to Aries, and then it changes to Taurus, and then so on and so forth every 2 to 3 days or so. So imagine what Cancer people, because the moon is our ruler, has to go through in order to assimilate in society and yes, be moody, but actually use that change of vibration to navigate through the world. I just want to pause right there, y'all. Like for real. Are y'all thinking about that? Like I'm thinking about that? Are y'all thinking about it in the sense in which I'm suggesting that you give Cancer energy a break? Yes, we're in the season of Cancer, but I want to let you know what the ruler of Cancer is that moon. So next time you speak to a Cancer and you say, God damn, I called you at 10 o'clock and you was happy as shit, and at 3 o'clock you want to cry, and then at 6 o'clock you calling me over to get some booty. Like what happened all throughout the day? Well, possibly maybe the moon changes in signs, but mainly because the moon is meant to change. The moon is meant to change its vibration because it connects with the waves of the ocean that allows us to change and to move and ebb and flow throughout the universe and in our galaxy in a way that is continuous, and that emotions continue to go out, empty out, fill up, empty out, fill up, empty out, fill up. It's a motherfucking job. Did y'all follow all of that? Like for real. Can you give that Cancer energy just a small break the next time you want to be cynical and say, oh, they're moody, I don't understand what they're going through? You won't understand. You will never understand what Cancer energy goes through. And I can speak from this, obviously, because I am a Cancer, and I probably go hard in the paint around this time of the year because I can only speak from my perspective. Yes, as an astrologer, I know all 12 signs, but I really know that Cancer energy. And I need y'all to know that Cancer energy does its best to move through and ebb through so you don't have to if you're not a Cancer. Do you get that? Do you really get that? Cancer energy has a way of holding on to the past. That's when that emotional energy gets kind of caught up and it can't move forward. Okay? So there's a blessing in that moodiness, but sometimes it gets trapped. I'm out of space. I don't know why I just thought of that. Fucking, who's that? Colonel Abrams or somebody just jumped in my head. You know what I mean? So Cancers can hold on to the past. Cancers can punish and shut down and get so moody that they stay in a space because they can't control their emotions coming through and ebbing up and down and through and out. You understand what I'm saying? There's some mishaps when it comes to us being ruled by that moon because we don't actually let it flow almost always. We do not. We get caught. You know why? Because we're human. Because we're human. Every sign has its blessing. Every sign has its magic. And every sign can get caught up by its own magic. Understand that. By its own stardust. That's the download. I want y'all to really, really do your best to try to understand that thing. Okay? As we slide on into this week and understands that emotions probably will almost take over you on some kind of level, or you're dealing with somebody else's emotion. All right, just stay with me. The sun is in Cancer. The moon is in Pisces today, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's a nice little combination because Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio are all water signs. So when you get those two personal planets or configurations together, the sun and the moon, and they're both water, or they're hooking on each other and they're letting it come through. But here's the catch. The catch is Venus just went into Leo yesterday. Mars has been into Leo, right? Has been in Leo. So here's the other part of that. This is the geisha effect. As all of these emotions are coming through with Cancer and Pisces hooking on the sun and the moon, the ego self and the emotional reaction and karmic information and relationships with mothers and women around us. Okay, that's the moon's position, you did, right? When they get a hold of each other, they're going to release. They're going to find a way to release somehow, some kind of way. But if Mars is in Leo, if Venus is in Leo, which it is transitly currently at this time, this is affecting everybody. I don't care what sign you are. So don't go into your head and be like, oh, I'm going to click this thing off because, she's not talking about me. No, I'm talking about you, boo-boo, because it's affecting you. It's absolutely raining on you right now. So how you going to handle it? The bottom line is this. When that Mars in Leo gets into position, and it moves, motivates, forces itself through some type of determined way, through aggression. You understand what I'm saying? Through sex, possibly, maybe. And then Venus desires a thing. Now, bust this. Did y'all know that Venus and Mars works very tightly together? Because Venus has that desire for a thing. Venus loves, Venus handles money and value and worth. The worth of money, the value of money, how you see a thing, right? How you see the money being spent. Then you got Mars actually executing the desires. Mars actually putting out there in an aggressive way what it is you feel like, what it is, how you love. You dig? They work hand in hand. So you have that in an aggressive sign, a very gregarious sign, a very courageous and willful sign as Leo, coupled with these emotions that may or may not want to be stagnant right now because can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? So Leo says, fuck it, I don't give a fuck if you can handle it or not. I'm pushing it all out because we have to get through this. Because we can't hold on to things. Because in this Cancer season, you can't punish yourself any longer. Oftentimes Cancer energy, and you being affected by Cancer energy will find a way to hold on to a thing like I alluded to earlier, stay in the past of a certain thing, reminisce and be nostalgic about what had happened in the past. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, let me lean on my family. Let me lean on these other people, right? Because this is all Cancer energy and it will stay stagnant in a pond for years, for weeks. Having cold sores like I did a couple of weeks ago. You understand what I'm saying? Getting fat and shit. Holding on, eating out of nowhere, right? Leo energy is saying, no, not this week. We're pushing this week. Not this week. You got to stop and drop in the middle of fucking Piggly Wiggly and the goddamn Ralphs. Do that. We're stopping and dropping and we're crying. Sit in the car and let it go. Honestly, please do yourself a favor and love yourself through it. Give yourself grace. Give yourself understanding. Now, I'm not suggesting that we all go into this emotional space. What I'm suggesting is that it wants to come up and out of nowhere so we can release in a way in which we can be clear enough to go through this summertime retrograde feel. Remember, there's going to be 5 freaking planets in retrograde this summer. That's a huge deal. So imagine being stuffed with all of these emotions up to your motherfucking eyeballs, and you can't review what you need to review in this retro period because you didn't let go of what you were supposed to let go 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago. I'm doing my best to try to prep y'all to see where we're going astrologically. Now, squirrel, in another light, I just want to remind y'all, I'm not that astrologer. I'm not that astrologer that's looking at every single thing. You understand what I'm saying? Every single day and seeing what these transits are leading up to. But because I'm so dope and because the way God speaks through me, I can see it. I'm like, oh, you leading us to this space. Not that I have to study it. Intuitively, we know. What we're going through right now, whatever feelings that may be coming through, is prepping us for the next wave. What is it prepping for you is the point. That's what I really, really want you to meditate on today. If you hold on to these feelings, be it anger, sadness, I don't care what it is. Like April said earlier, it's not that sad. It just needs to come out. Yes, that's for some people. Some people got to tap into that sadness. Some people got to feel a thing. Some people have to get mad about it, prayerfully, a little, responsibly, so you're not catching a motherfucking case somewhere and you got 20 to life. But the bottom line is you got to get through the emotion because the moon is governing our world. The moon is governing this particular planet that says, keep it clear, keep it clear, keep it going, push through the river. The river only goes one way, y'all. The river only goes one way. You understand what I'm saying? And they're all trying to go to the ocean. They're all trying to go to this bigger space in which you can be taken care of and realize that you are not crazy and realize that your emotions led you somewhere and realize that you are a better person and a whole person and as vast as the ocean because you released it, because you followed the stream, because you followed the river, because you followed the waterfall, because you followed the stagnant lake for a little while and the pond that ended up brewing around some stupid ass situation. Yes, I'm using poetry and intertwining it into your human existence because I want you to see how we do represent certain parts of water every now and again that wants to come through and beg us to push our way to the mother being Yemaya, the mother being the ocean. We need to go there. Does this make sense to anybody on here? Yes, y'all? Utilize the water. And again, with the fever of that Mars in Leo, burn it. With the fever of its desire, that Venus in Leo, burning to get this thing done, you would do yourself a disservice if you held on to it. Out of ego. Oh, I'm a little crazy. I was crying already. It's the same thing I was talking about last week. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody cares. Honestly, at the end of the day, people care for you, but motherfuckers can wipe that shit off and go home. Understand that. We care to a certain extent. I hope I don't sound callous. But the bottom line is you can close your door. So if you want to utilize your friends, utilize your people, utilize your man, utilize your woman, utilize your mother, your father to get the thing off, just to say before you even start talking, I apologize for the tears, but I got to use you to let this shit go. And I best you believe they're going to use somebody else too. Does that make sense? Yo, one last thing before we jump on into these reads, because that's the biggest part I wanted to express to y'all today and how to utilize this water-fire combination. I am water-fire all day long. I got a lot of Cancer and Leo energy inside of me, so I understand what that feels like. It feels like steam. It feels like it needs to, like it just needs to come out. And oftentimes people are very, very cerebral and or controlling on some kind of level. They don't want that steam to come through because steam is hot, bitch. Steam is hot. So we got to walk through the steam this week, walk through it, and understand it's very, very temporary. Maybe this week you can celebrate a little bit when the moon is in Taurus, around July 4th or whatever, and you can calm down. There's the calming storm when the moon goes into Taurus. There's the calming. All right. So we have things to look forward to, but make sure you take care of the present. And the present is to release that shit. One more thing before we go on. I'm trying to see if I can pick out two things. On Wednesday, the moon will be in conjunction to Neptune. The moon will also sextile Pluto. That's a big deal. That's a really, really big deal. Why? Because the moon is in Pisces on that day. Right, Sonia? Yeah, the moon is in Pisces on that day. Neptune is in Pisces. Boom. The moon is in Pisces on that day, sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. Boom. Here's the configuration. And here is the solace behind the geisha effect that you are being asked to perform in. And I say perform like perform, like sit yourself in there and get the shit out. Show up for your damn self. That's what I always mean by performance. Show up for your damn self. All right. So on Wednesday, after you show up Monday and Tuesday and you walk through these geisha moments and find the ocean, right? Neptune says, can you sit back and take care of your imagination now? Can you fall into spirit's way now? You understand what I'm saying? Can you hear what needs to be said now? If the moon is in conjunction, the Pisces moon is in conjunction, meaning in harmony, the same vibration in the same sign as Neptune. Now there's like, oh, I love that moment, right? When you have a really, really good cry, and God knows what whatchamacallit is. God knows what the chemical is. Y'all probably know because y'all smart. But that chemical that gets released after you have a good cry, that's better than 10,000 joints. I ain't even gonna lie. And you sit there in there and you're like sitting in the calm, man. You go, whew. It's almost like your body can't give up too much energy. Not any more energy. So you just surrender. In the fat face, in the dry throat, you just surrender. And the fact that you're thirsty as hell and you need some water because you just let out gallons, you just surrender. On Wednesday, it's a part of that surrender, that moon in Pisces sitting with Neptune that goes, okay, so what should we create now? What music, what art pieces, what connection to spirit, what dreams can we like put some voice to? And Pluto's sitting right there too. Pluto says, yes, how are we going to transform the life in doing that? How are we going to show up and be in control of ourselves through the most powerful way possible? You, utilizing you as the source. That's what Pluto says. When that head is open and you're in that surrender space, what are you speaking of? Who are you praying to? What ancestors are you calling on? Yes, I speak of this very, very often. And it sounds like it's redundant oftentimes, especially when I'm talking about Neptune. But we have to remind ourselves of the tools that we have. We have to remind ourselves, even if I say it 10 times a week, remind ourselves of the fact that there are planets and vibrations in position to assist us. You know, there are times in which people may feel suicidal. People may feel like the end is near, but there's more that's helping us than it is that's hurting us. Sometimes we get caught. I don't understand why I went down this road, but I'm gonna roll with it. Sometimes we get caught in the despair of it all. Don't get caught in the despair when we recognize there's so much more to celebrate. You just got to find one thing to celebrate. One thing to celebrate. And like, I know God and I know my name. It'll create a domino effect that allows you to open up yourself, your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul to accept more, because now your ancestors and guides are on the other side going, all right, that motherfucker is ready. He's ready. They're ready. They're ready. They opened up their heart. They see the bigger picture. They're not caught in their despair. They're trying to find the ocean. They're running through. You dig what I'm saying, y'all? You see, I'm trying to put this all together for us. Utilize the water. Utilize the geisha. Get yourself out of the little nicks and crannies, nucks and whatever tucks or wherever you think you're broken or you don't feel right about it. I mean, edge yourself. Say, come on, motherfucker, get up. Come on. We've been doing this enough. Let's do something different now. Talk to yourself, please. All right. That's all I'm going to say, because I feel like preaching today. I don't know why. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to say. So that's that Wednesday, right? Utilize Neptune, utilize the power behind your imagination, behind art, behind your dreams, behind, I don't know, some music, some art, like fade away if you need to in your mind to see Spirit is actually saying. Talk to your ancestors and guides. Put together a nice little altar if you want. Not everybody's down with altars, but it's cool. But at least speak to somebody that's on the other side, is what I'm saying. The unseen can help us on that Wednesday. Boom. And then Thursday comes along, and I want to give you just a slight warning. The moon is going to square the sun on that day, right? Because on Thursday, the moon goes into Aries. Aries in Cancer is a square. The sun will be in Cancer. So now you get this space of, all right, we did it. Let's go. Why? Because the moon in Aries is like, I'm done. I'm impatient. I finished crying. You know, I want to push up out of this space. Give yourself a moment. Just give yourself a moment. Because if you rush too much, if you push too hard, it'll go up against the sun. And the sun is where we're at. The sun is the vibration, y'all. The sun is the season. The sun is the spotlight on the stage, allowing you to be seen. That's the sun. So if your emotional response in Aries is like, fuck that shit, I'm done crying, let's roll. And then the sun is like, hold on, wipe your tears. Hold on, have respect for the emotions. Hold on, end the conversation with the hug. Hold on, wait a minute, tell them you love them. 2 more times. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the sun is reminding that fast ass impetuous moon in Aries on Thursday, that you have to continue and complete the responsibility of the water flow. Otherwise, that little edge, that little sharpness of that moon going up against the sun, it ain't gonna be no good. Because if the moon in Aries wins, there's a fight, there's a case, there's a confrontation, possibly, maybe. Or very, very likely, you just push through the emotion and you have to deal with that thing yet again. Respect it, all right? And take your time with it. That's all I wanted to say. I hope this makes sense to everybody out there. Okay, Judah, let me read your message. Scorpio King here. I surrender to the divine and will be moving to new love with Missy Oka. Okay, we will be flying into a new life soon. God will bless us with a daughter. And those who don't know Missy Oka, for those who don't know Missy. All right, I'm so happy for you, Judah. I'm happy for you. Keep moving. Okay, Mia is on it because she wants her little sun, moon, and rise, whatchamacallit, to be read. Oh, okay. She's your best friend, reads tarot on YouTube. Okay, cool. I have to check her out, Judah. I really, really will do that thing. Absolutely. So Mia was on it. That's the first one I caught. So Sun in Pisces, Scorpio, rise, Cancer, moon. I feel like we did that. And forgive me for passing over you, Mia, but do me a favor. Check another video because that configuration is very, very familiar. And I don't know if it was yours or somebody else, but let me try to get something new. I do my best to get someone new on here, Mia, different new combinations, or I should say. Okay. And by the way, please, y'all give me a thumbs up if you're appreciating this video. I appreciate you for being here. And it will show YouTube that I'm being appreciated as well. Oh, Lord. Okay, this is something different. Alana Love, number 1, Scorpio Sun, Virgo Moon, and Taurus Rising. Ooh, you need that practicality there, Alana. I'm going to tell you that much. That's for ding dong, damn sure. That's Scorpio Sun. I love Scorpio energy, by the way. I want to let y'all know that. I do my best to stay away from talking shit like some astrologers and some people because they don't understand Scorpio energy. So let me say that real quick. I love Scorpio energy because I'm a fellow water sign and I know where they come from. However, Scorpio energy can be very intense for me because I'm a water sign, of course, but definitely for the world. Do not get tripped out on your own intensity, sweet lady. Your intensity is necessary in order for you to live in extreme ways. Scorpio live in extremes, 0 to 60 out this motherfucker. You go deep, dark into the bottom of the ocean to pull out all things that are mysterious and kind of buried for that matter, because other people, other situations, other vibrations are not trying to fuck with it. Here's a really, really good thing, that you have that Taurus rise and that Virgo moon. Why? Because Taurus is your opposite. So the way you show up in the world, Alana, is very opposite of who you are. So you can have a tendency to appear to be really, really calm and unshaken. To be truthful with you. Oftentimes, though, when that Scorpio gets hurt, that Taurus rise, because your rising deals with your defense, your protection, what comes up when you're afraid. Your Taurus rise can help you to punish people. Please stay away from that. The best thing about it is that it is opposite. So you are approaching the world very different than who you are, which is helping to apply like a little balancing act within your personality. You're definitely part of being that determined Scorpio, fierce, controlling, hypersensitive, observant, all those Scorpio traits that are very, very deep and dark at times, but surging, if that makes any sense. Where that Taurus energy doesn't show all of that, right? But sometimes it's good not to show that shit, because you don't want to show everything that you're going through. So Taurus kind of holds it back and it leaves it with care. Or I should say it walks in a room with care. It walks in a room with quality. It walks in a room, wanting something to eat. No, I'm just joking. because Taurus and Cancer, the foodie of the zodiac, right? So there's a balance in that that needs to happen. But do yourself a favor and don't slip into that punishing space when you become afraid, because Taurus energy can punish like a motherfucker. It's almost like Cancer, like the Cancer crab, but the crab will goddamn protect itself, whereas Taurus energy will stand extremely stoic and just won't move because it has the choice. I'm just not gonna move. I don't give a fuck what you say. That kind of thing. And then it can come off as punishing to others. Here's a trick. That third part of that Virgo thing, though, that Virgo moon is helping the Taurus out. So maybe the Virgo moon can help the Taurus see that there's options. Let's analyze this situation just a little bit so we can see the options of where we're going. And you don't have to stay stuck in your stubbornness, Taurus. I'm here to help you along, as your fellow Earth sign says. You have to remember, though, with the moon in Virgo, it's tricky because the moon is, you're very good when it comes to work. You're very good when it comes to organizing. You're very good, and it's mainly other people's shit. You're very good to organizing their thing and compartmentalizing their thing. But at the same time, where this trips up and where it's kind of, obvious, or I should say, to me, it's natural to trip up. Why? Because the moon deals with emotions, and Virgo in that emotional space is tricky in the sense that you want to make sure that you're analyzing and being critical about every emotional thing that comes your way, which can lead you to overthinking a situation. You can overthink a goddamn spreadsheet all day and long. You can't overthink emotions, because why? Like I said at the top of this goddamn video, your emotions are led by the moon. And the moon continues to fluctuate. So if your Virgo moon is trying to analyze and get some type of semblance of control and understanding of what's happening, and then the bitch turns into another vibration, and you got to analyze that. You analyzing on top of analyzing, Virgo moon. You analyzing on top of analyzing, and you get caught in a whole fucking trap, wire fence of emotions. Sometimes, Virgo moon lady, you got to let things be how they're going to be. And take a little page out of that Pisces book, because Virgo is opposite Pisces. Take a page out of Pisces book and let it be. Let it flow. I'm going to leave you with that, pretty lady. I'm going to leave you with that. All right. Let me see. One more person. Oh, Lucinda, I wish I would have seen this. Scorpio one. Okay, so let me take a teaching moment. Although this may seem like it's the same type of configuration, this is where Lucinda is a different person. And then I'll be out. Lucinda, Scorpio sun as well, the same as Alana. So they both come from the same position, the same core. And remember, we always have to give reverence to our core, to our sun sign, because that's who we are. However, Lucinda has a moon in Virgo. So she's protecting herself like a Virgo, not like a Taurus, in which Alana is, right? She's protecting herself like a Virgo, and she reacts like Capricorn, right? I'm reading that correct? Capricorn moon, right? So Lucinda's situation is this. When things start to come at her and she is protecting herself, that Virgo rise becomes incredibly inquisitive. That Virgo rise becomes curious. That Virgo rise stops any emotion and situation at the gate to figure it out first and foremost to its perfection on some type of level, so it doesn't affect you. Here's the trick with that. Oftentimes you can be led down denial. Why? Because that Virgo rise is looking for all things perfect. Is looking to analyze some shit and make it right within yourself, rationalize it within yourself. And if it's not right in your rationalization, Lucinda, you actually can go into denial and say, well, I think it's this. I think it's that. Or I didn't see that. You understand what I'm saying? Which will cause your moon in Capricorn to react. And then when she reacts, she becomes judgmental. When she reacts, she becomes self-righteous. When she reacts on a positive note, she can push to the top of the mountain. She can become the next goddamn Oprah Winfrey. She can push as far as she can push, because her ambition and her emotional state will allow her to do that. However, the moon only reacts, y'all. The moon fizzes out. However we react, when we react from our moon, it's an up and down kind of situation. It ain't going to stay too long. Although it can propel us down a whole nother path, which is what it's used for, right? To allow us to ignite and to go to a whole nother space. But it can react, and we let it react, and then we fizzle back to who we are. So you are Scorpio. Here's a trick about that Capricorn Scorpio thing, though, Lucinda. You're both in control. You got to actually let go of control. And you know who helps you? The folks on your 7th house, your Pisces folks. So the 7th house is typically, probably, if you have a Virgo rise, is going to be, your Virgo rise is going to make you have a 7th house Pisces people or Pisces situation. Sonia, say it again. Your 7th house is going to rule your Pisces. Pisces is going to rule your 7th house, which means you attract partnerships in your life that are flowing, that ebb and flow, that understand the reason and the beauty behind surrender. My friend, you have to lend to them, whether it be your business partners or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You understand? They keep you flowing. They keep you flowing. I just want to leave you with that. That's it. I hope you'll come back next week. I am going to do my best to hook up with anybody and read these sun and moon and rises. But if you want your own reading, if you want your own reading, go to my website, please, and book your read. I also do couples reading. I love doing couples reads. I love doing couples read. You're welcome, Alana. Thank you for coming, Tinjin. You know I love you. Please look up Tinjin. Y'all, he's a great artist. You should put your website in there, sweetheart. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, April. Thank you, April. It's just a way in which we connect. Y'all know this is all God and spirit led. Again, Alana and Lucinda, I hope this hit you in places, and I hope for everybody else it taught you a little bit more something about astrology. Yo, do yourself a favor. Cry as much as possible. Let it on out. Have grace for yourself and hug yourself if you can. Can nobody love you like you? Nobody in the world can love you like you. So take care of your heart. Take care.